Alright, so forget everything you know about learning to code to build an app, because all you need nowadays are these no-code app builders to create fully functioning apps that can be published on both Android and app stores. You heard that right? These apps were created without any coding at all whatsoever. Now, this just goes to show that the people behind them, well, they didn't need to write any code themselves or shell out a bunch of cash for pricey developers to make their ideas into a reality. Now, if you're interested in doing the same thing and you want to design your own mobile app, even if, like me, you don't have any technical background, this video is made just for you. I'll check out the best no-code mobile app builders and review what each one offers, how easy or not they are to use, pricing, when to use them, and give real-world examples for each tool. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, first up on our list is FlutterFlow. While it hasn't been around for a super long time, FlutterFlow has earned a good reputation within the tech community due to its powerful app building capabilities. One of the main advantages of the Flutter framework is its cross-platform capabilities, allowing apps to function seamlessly on desktop, on mobile, and on web. Additionally, this framework is optimized for performance, making it an appealing choice actually for resource-intensive mobile applications. Let's take a closer look at the website and see what it has to offer. Now, with this tool, you can design a beautiful user interfaces, generate clean code, and publish your apps to app stores and the web with just a single click, all while enjoying the flexibility to customize your code. FlutterFlow also allows you to make animations. It has push notifications, light and dark mode options, and a collaborative development environment, making it easier for teams to work together seamlessly. And of course, one of the best things about it is its ability to export clean code. So once you're on the website and you're ready to explore, go to the resources area and then find a template you might want to try out. And let me show you how I use a template, say for example, a fitness app. You'll see different elements and a parameters tab where you can click on anything to change how it both works and how it looks. Say you want to add some text, just click and drag it into the app. You can do the same with images and other content too. Now, about exporting the code. While in your app, click View Code to look at all the code tied to it. And another cool feature of FlutterFlow is the AI generator. For example, if you want to design a profile page for a fitness clothing brand, it takes about a minute. You'll also find pages for API calls, automated tests, and theming options. You can set a theme for the whole app, adjust the colors, the fonts, widget styles even. We've also got the widget tree, which shows the app's hierarchy of elements and different pages. One of my favorite features is the storyboard view. What this does is that it lays out all the pages of the app and shows how they all connect, making it easy to visualize everything and see the flow, like what happens after you log in. FlutterFlow's free membership also lets you dive into their visual app builder without having to spend a dime. You can create up to 100 pages, which is pretty awesome. Now, the standard plan is around $18, which includes everything from the free options, plus the ability to export your code. Now, let's check out Draftbit, FlutterFlow's biggest competitor. And while FlutterFlow runs on the Flutter framework, Draftbit uses React Native, which has more of a developed ecosystem with tons of popular apps already built onto it. Some apps created with Draftbit include Montage, an app used to discover and purchase styles you see on your TV. Then there's Trident Mindset, an app all about boosting mental toughness and well-being, created by Navy SEALs and brain experts. Now, as for pricing, they offer a free membership that lets you access all the building features, but limits you to just 5 screens. Draftbit claims you can create any app 10 times faster, whether it's a native mobile app, a responsive web app, or some internal tools. Plus, you can connect elements for navigations, actions, and state management, and easily access APIs through REST API. Now, to start a new project, just hit the Create Project button in this section, and this is where you can keep track of and manage all your app development projects within Draftbit. Check out the Starter Apps tab tab to find pre-made starter apps that can serve as templates or start-off points for your own creations. Some examples include Eventual, Fast Food, and One Call. Looking at these starter apps, you can spark some ideas and show you different features to consider for your very own app. The app editor is split into three main parts: the left panel, the central design canvas, and the right panel. The left panel has all the components and features you can use to build your app. You'll find ready-made elements like buttons, text fields, images, and navigation bars that you can easily drag and drop onto the canvas. To add a component, just drag it from the left panel and drop it into the canvas. So for example, if you want to add a button, grab the button component from the left, drag it on over onto the canvas, and just place it wherever you'd like. Then you can customize the button's text, color, and actions using the options in the right panel. Now, it might not be as visual as FlutterFlow, but it's still a fast way to build and lets you create some pretty complex interfaces. On the flip side, Draftbit does have a bit more depth when it comes to functionality, which could be better for more complex applications. Even with the free plan, you can add variables for more complex features. You can also tweak themes and styles for the whole app and create style sheets. The basic plan is at $20 a month, gives you everything in the free version, plus the ability to publish your projects, bumps the screen limit up to 25, offers unlimited APIs and drafts, and supports publishing for iOS, Android, and the web. Now let's move on to Glide. It's not really a tool for building native apps that you can publish to the App Store. Instead, it's a fantastic option for creating internal tools. Glide has developed innovative apps like Straight Up Collective, drink recipe generation for clients and inventory, and Utah Spine, a medical appointment app for a healthcare center. Compared to other no-code platforms, Glide is all about data design. And the best part, it connects super easily with Google Sheets or Excel, which acts as the app's database. So whenever you change something in the spreadsheet, these changes pop right back up and away in the app. This makes it a perfect choice for anyone who's comfortable with spreadsheets and wants a no-code solution that keeps everything updated in real time. Now, if you want to change an image, just click on it and then check out the styles. You can choose between simple covers or profile styles. And to get rid of it, all you gotta do is hit the X. On the left here, you'll see different pages like the customer's page or a product catalog page. And if you go over here to data, you can find all the info related to your apps. You might have a table in Glide that holds everything. So for example, if the customer name is not empty, another action will happen. It's pretty intuitive. Glide offers a free membership that lets you have up to 10 private users, free apps, and 25,000 rows of data. A little more features and that'll be over $70 a month. While it can't create native apps and is pretty simple to use, it is an amazing tool for business needs, letting you get an app up and running for internal use quickly while ensuring it works well with your data. Now let's go ahead and dive into our third tool, Adalo. It's a user-friendly builder for native mobile apps that's way easier to navigate than the other tools we've talked about so far. And if you're not super techy, but you want to get your app up and running fast, Adalo could be the perfect fit for you. They say you can easily create your app with their visual builder, which lets you see each page as you design it. A lot of the apps built from Adalo are actually pretty innovative, like the Booze app. It's supposed to help users see the actual price of any liquor bottle and avoid paying extra. Now, another great thing about Adalo is its wide selection of plugins and templates, along with a bigger community compared to earlier tools we've talked about so far. On the flip side, you can't export your code, which makes it feel a little limiting next to Draftbit or FlutterFlow. Still, I think it's a solid choice for simple apps or MVPs. Adalo works for both web and mobile. But don't worry, when you switch to mobile view, everything just adjusts perfectly right. When you're developing an app, you have the option to either create it from scratch or, of course, use an existing template. If you prefer to start with a clean slate, opt for the blank choice. On the other hand, if you want to save time and begin with a template, you can explore the available options and choose one that matches exactly your needs. You can also pick your screens and use the components they offer, like users, trips, and destinations. You can also connect it to external databases, which is great and can come in pretty handy. They've got a branding section for tweaking colors and a version history feature, plus all sorts of components. You can set up different actions to make your app more interactive, like creating or updating pages, deleting components, or linking to other stuff. Plus, you can even integrate ChatGPT and use Xano too. Now, one thing I noticed is that Adalo's database isn't the fastest, so it might be a good idea to rely on an external tool like Xano, though the $160 price tag for that integration is a bit of a bummer. Now, on to the next builder, we have Bravo Studio. Bravo Studio is definitely the most unique mobile app builder compared to some of the others I've talked about so far. It takes a totally fresh approach to creating apps. And if you know your way around Figma, you can create a project and get it published on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store as a native app in no time. You can create all sorts of apps, whether it's for a CRM, for a class, clothing service, cafe, or events. They even have an app called Trip Mix that allows you to check out your next trip with AI and suggestions from fellow travelers for cool itineraries and experiences. Now, what sets it apart is just how good the apps look. They really come off as professional since they're basically Figma projects turned into real working apps. Plus, you can check out your app on your phone whenever you want. The dashboard mainly consists of a menu that provides access to various tabs and features. The first tab on the left menu is labeled Apps, which displays all the applications you have created using Bravo. This tab serves as a central hub for managing all of your projects, and from here, you can easily navigate to a specific app to make any changes or updates as you see fit. Additionally, if you want to start a new app from completely scratch, you can click on the Create a New App option and then just follow the prompts to begin the app creation process. If you're working in a team, knowing how to use Figma could really help a lot. And if you're not that great at it yet, picking it up is pretty worth it, honestly. There's a ton of community support out there with loads of templates and projects that you can replicate, tweak for Bravo, and then launch a good-looking app without needing to code. Now, if we talk about pricing, it kicks off at $23 a month for individuals, which lets you work on unlimited solo projects and have up to 30 screens per project. Now, to me, that's a pretty great deal, especially for getting apps on the iOS platform. Okay, so now let's talk about Thunkable. It's got some pretty cool features with advanced logic, and it can tap into your device's capabilities too. You can integrate a bunch of stuff, publish directly, and even work alongside others. When you first load it up, you'll see the interface pretty clearly. Some of the most notable apps created using Thunkable are Team Time, an office tracker, My Relationship, a lifestyle app, Fluffy Cloud Kids, a meditation app. Thunkable supports integrations with APIs and databases, including Airtable, Firebase, Google Sheets, and other external APIs. Now, this flexibility enables users to create dynamic, data-driven apps. To get started on Thunkable, you just add components, like you can throw in a button and then text input right next to it. You can make the button smaller and move it around however, wherever you like. Then you can add an image too, of course. If you want to create a new screen, just click a button. The app has super fun features like speech playback or using the camera to snap a photo, so you can get as creative however you want. For a quick preview on your mobile phone, download their app and scan the QR code and you're good to go. They've got a free option where you can start learning with up to 3 projects. Now, if you go up a little for $37 a month, you can have up to 50 public projects. The $99 a month plan lets you publish your apps to the Apple and Google stores, but if you want custom branding, you'll need to pay up just a little bit more at $200. Thunkable combines app design, logic building, and testing all in one platform. Users don't have to rely on external design tools like Figma as required by Bravo Studio, or manage separate backend systems like Firebase and FlutterFlow. And last but not least on our list is GoodBarber. GoodBarber. Now, it may not seem like a website builder, but I promise you it is, and a good one at that too. GoodBarber makes it super easy to create apps that look great without needing any coding skills. It's perfect for anyone who really cares about user experience. Lots of well-known brands trust them too. They have apps for traveling, for wellness, for e-learning, and many more. Some examples include Nightlife, YouCare, and JettyFit. GoodBarber stands out in the no-code app development space due to its focus on creating highly customizable, professional, and feature-rich apps. Compared to other platforms like Glide, Thunkable, and Adalo, GoodBarber excels in creating e-commerce apps with features like product catalogs, shopping carts, multiple payment gateways, and push notifications. All you gotta do is just hit discover and boom, you're in your app. And out of all the app builders I've tried so far, this one, GoodBarber, has the easiest interface by far. The buttons are big, so you can quickly grasp the layout. You've got a nice menu setup that lets you check out upcoming events, donate even, and see all of your projects, among other things. When you log into GoodBarber's dashboard, it's very important to look into the various publishing options. Before you start building your app, you should verify that you can publish it on your desired platform. GoodBarber provides multiple options. You can develop a web app, an Android app, or an iOS app. And if you're curious about how your web app looks, all you gotta do is just hit up the Test Your Web App feature for a sneak peek. You can also test your app on Android before going live. There are plenty of testing options, and don't forget that you can also download the My GoodBarber app to check out your app right away on your phone or your tablet. Plus, you can customize the app's icon if you want to. And if you're looking for some extra features, the extension store has you covered with integrations with multiple pieces of software like Airtable, Forms, ActiveCampaign, Buy Me a Coffee, even Google Tasks, Instagram, and more. Pricing starts at around 30 euros per month, which should fit your needs if you're looking to create online courses, newspapers, or other content. All right, so after all these programs so far, which tool are you gonna pick for your startup? If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff about building websites and using AI tools, please do let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.